Well, they seem to think a lot of times, yeah, my personality is explosive, but it's going to cost me about $1,000 to get my licence this year. Next week I have to renew, but I'm doing everything I can to keep it. Yeah, they want us to be subservient, I suppose. They want me to change and be something else. How can you be any more than what you are, or any less? Quite happy being me.
I had a very interesting experience too, because I had a vision when I was back in New Zealand. Driving down the Hume one day into the city, right? Suddenly the vision that I seen in New Zealand, bang, it was the same one. And all the hairs, you know how they all come up on the neck and everything, and I'm sitting there just buzzed out of my tree thinking, man, this is the same picture. A cab driving job, there's nothing wrong with it. It's, you know what I mean? You're helping out people. You're doing the community a service. Not everybody wants to do that kind of thing. And I feel very privileged in a way that I can actually do it. And what I got out of it was an education driving a cab. And it didn't cost nothing to do that. I did always know that I would become a great cab driver. It sort of suits me in some ways. Maybe not forever. In the sun. I've always tried to do the right thing by people. The one thing I'm really good at is getting people there on time, and time limits have always been good at that. Do you know what I mean? And that's, you know, I've been expertise, I suppose, to do that. As you can see, one thing about the room is it's long and narrow. January 1989, I started driving cab. 26 years. One thing I do believe, though, is that it's driving a cab is a fantastic job. It is, it's a brilliant job. As long as you can master the art of doing it, because it's a lot to know. Well, one thing I'll point out, that a taxi driver is a salesman. We are a salesman because you deal with people, and you just do every ride's a sale. A sale is made or broken in 45 seconds. So I've always had in the back of my mind that cab driving would be something that could be interesting, you know. Movie Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro. Okay, mate. I'll see you very shortly. When I'll shower and done. A lady jumps in the car in the city. She cried all the way from the city to Greensboro. The whole time. Can you imagine how you feel when you've had somebody howling in the cab for over 25 minutes, non-stop? How do you deal with that? I'm ready to attack the world. I like to be very friendly with people. Nice people, nice hotel. When I started driving cabs, I had an introverted personality. Hey man, off to work? Here I am, man. I'm a cab driver. I've never driven a cab before in my life. I'm driving around and I'm a typical farm boy. 10 years of being a farmer, I found I didn't love it. Just really lonely. If you want to be a millionaire, I doubt whether being a cab driver really would be something you want to do. Well, you got to love people for a start. And you want to talk to people. And it's technology, but it's you've gone too far. I find that if you want to talk to your phone, you don't want to talk to me, people do it too. Excuse me, I can't talk to you because I'm looking at something on my phone. It doesn't matter how old you are or whoever you are, you can learn something from somebody, and the main thing is to listen to them. I think I've become a much better listener. Talking to people and just learning and realising that there's a wealth out there.
It needs a new motor. I'll put a new motor in it because I got that $10,000 that I won.
Yeah, I want to make the jackpot.
The day after the first shooting, and win a major jackpot the next day. But I do really believe that I'm going to win first prize in Tessa Lotto. Whether it happens or not, who knows? But I do believe it. And I've seen it. There were visions of it. I'm trying to do it, whether it happens or not. Yeah, I do get premonitions of things with the cabs and everything like that, which is quite bizarre. So one time, I've actually told them where they want to go before they want to go there, and I was right, and I freaked them right out. And then basically, how did you know?
Let's go for sunup. Here we go.
I do know as a cab driver and this, right, if I want trouble, I guarantee if I work King Street, I'll get it. It's a drop-off point and an unlikely pick-up point. If you want trouble, all you got to do is talk about it and you get it. I'm a born and bred dairy farmer. I've had a fairly sort of, I've been brought up with violent people. It hasn't made me, it hasn't changed me. I've had people going to bash me and they haven't. How about that? Your strength is in what you say.
I picked up these 3 people and I had no idea what sex they were. And they were doing this weird sex act in the back seat. Tears are pouring out of my eyes. I'm sitting there going, oh my God, I can't believe this stuff. But I mean, you're going to get things like that.
I've got a high value of human beings. Yeah. Very. I'm very generous. And I like to help people if in their hour of need if I can. In this job, you need karma on your side.
Oh, the Buddha. A while ago now, a long time ago. I fell madly in love with this Sheila, right? She was all right. We used to drink a lot of beer together, me and her. She took off and left me. I was a little bit annoyed when she took off, so I thought I'd get that tattoo and it'll give me something else to think about. I'm quite proud of that. And when I had the operation, I said to her, please don't cut me, Buddha. So they went around it. I put a big... and made sure they didn't cut it. Because I believe that would have been... well, I would have ruined the Buddha. And, yeah, just wouldn't have been right. I knew when I'd had the op that I was going to be okay. I do have an incredible amount of self-belief, I suppose. And I've always had that. That's kept me being able to get myself up again.
You can get being proud and arrogant mixed, which is wrong. Because I don't think the two things are the same at all. I'm a very proud person, but I'm not at all arrogant at all.
The hardest moment, before I had the op, all those things, all the premonitions of the future, all stopped. Everything stopped. No, there was nothing happening. There was nothing futuristic happening anymore. And I do believe that I was that close to dying, that was the reason why it finished. But miraculously, I was lucky enough to get what I had was curable. I could just chop it all out. When I was lying in hospital, I was thinking, what is in store for me in the future? Believe it or not, right, yeah, it does pay to psych yourself up a little bit before you're dealing with the public, and anything can happen, man. You're like, I mean, you can get thrown straight into a domestic and everything. I've already had the dog chase me, and I'm lucky I'm fast.
There's something special about Melbourne at night. An ambience and a beauty that is just, it's quite hypnotic.
It's a very different place in the daytime to what it is at night. I do believe though, this is Melbourne at its best now. It's not massively busy, starting to get that way. Majority of people aren't out of bed yet. Da, da, da. And I've had some interesting things over the years, especially trying to decipher what people have said. And I'm like, no. Hey man. One of the most interesting things is sometimes you get the pissed, drunken Irish, and I cannot understand them because they get really drunk, and they got such a strong accent, you just can't pick it up. You know what I mean? Yeah. They haven't sort of figured out. You actually don't know what they're saying, and they get angry, and then I've had some situations where people got really, really angry, and I'm sorry. I have no idea what you're saying. I don't know. I have never known from the first thing you've ever said. Forgive me. It was exciting though to do things like even living on the street and meeting people and, you know, talking to certain people, and I did make friends. I try to block a lot of that out. It's made me understand things a bit more, to understand things from a different point of view. And to experience things in life is pretty good, because at least you can understand what people actually are going through. You can't understand that unless you actually go and experience it yourself. You've got to be tough to be able to do things like that. And I suppose I am a bit. I don't know. Very interesting time that you're actually filming me now, because at the moment VTD are trying very hard to get me off the road forever. And I told them, the difference between me and other people is I'm real. I provide a very good service. They seem to think that I've got to change and be something else. I've got to go see all these specialists, eye tests and all this stuff, which is, I think it's a little bit sort of unfair, but all the shooting we've been doing, it's been pretty cool. But Melbourne, this is a perfect time now, isn't it? But there's no sun. Where is it? Where's the sun? I'm a retired cab driver. Yeah, from last time I saw you. Well, that had to happen at some stage. My licence come up for renewal. They got really heavy, the VTD, on what they needed. I am 57 this year. They want a fucking psychiatric report, but believe it or not, man. I'm thinking, you want a psychiatric report on me? Some people got what I was about, just entertaining. Other people offended by it. The best way of doing that job is to entertain people. It's interesting in the hotel. I've already had a bit of feedback. You're a movie star now, are you? You want me to put a big star on your door? How, mate? It's my film crew.
Oh, the movie star.
You know that, Joe? I reckon this month is the month I'm going to win it. Yeah, well, it should be on.
Numbers down, Dave.
I've got some of those. Well, this shit. Get something, wouldn't you? Nothing. It's not the end of me. I mean, I have many more strings in my bow than just driving cabs. You know, I've always wondered whether will we really ever reach our full potentials? Windows of opportunity, some of them are so clear. I had a vision of being on a ship with my brother on the ocean, going for a trip. And it was very clear, it's doable. Taxi industry is probably suffering because I'm not in it.